Ladies and gentlemen, I barely have words to describe my excitement. Hopefully everybody is doing fantastic. I mean, words cannot describe how amazing this absolute surge in Bitcoin's price has been. It is just incredible, guys. Yeah, words escape. Beautiful day. Hey guys, welcome back to another crypto trading room. I am your host, Justin Wise, lead analyst and senior mentor at crackingcryptocurrency.com. Hopefully everybody's having a fantastic trading day. Hopefully your profits are green and your stop losses are far, far away from your current price. Guys, we got a lot to talk about today. Hopefully guys are doing well. I see Ernest, I see Kai in the chat. Shout outs to you guys. We're going to be breaking down Bitcoin's current price action in today's live stream. We're going to be going over different ideas, different trade possibilities. Although there are not very many at this point in time because we're just sticking to the script, sticking to the plan. We're going to go over what all of our strategies are suggesting, and we are going to give our best advice, tips and tricks for profiting in the bull market and not getting wrecked. All right, so let's just start off with an acknowledgement of what we might be witnessing, guys. We might be witnessing new all-time highs. All right, we might be witnessing new all-time highs here very quickly, very soon. Thanks, Guy. Appreciate that, man. Mr. Phenom says, will BTC get a price correction? Yes, absolutely. I'm not going to say for sure if it's going to happen right now, but I do agree in general with what Plan B said. Plan B tweeted out not too long ago. I believe it was yesterday or 2 days ago. And what Plan B said, I want to, hold on, just give me 1 second. There is something wrong with, here we go. Okay, not that. But you can hide that. But this, why it's cutting off my price bar for some reason, and I don't necessarily. I mean, you know what? It's okay, but it's not ideal. Let's see here. We go like this. Oh no, Control Z. Oh, wow. Oh, my. Oh, my. I don't know. Sorry, guys. Never fun to have to adjust the layout while I'm live, but there we go. That's going to have to do for now. It got weird for some reason. I'll have to adjust that a little bit later on. Anyways, let's get to it. All right. Before we get down to the particulars, the specifics, let's just go over and do what we normally do. Let's analyze the chart dispassionately, as if we weren't in a trade, as if there weren't hundreds of thousands of dollars here at risk. Let's just analyze the chart and see what we would do as a passive individual. What's up, Bear? Good to see you, my man. All right. Mr. Phenom, I got you. Let's just go through this, and then we'll determine where we're going to go. And we'll determine support and resistances. All right, so starting off, let's just broadly analyze price action. As we know, we were kind of in an ascending wedge. We broke out of that after a nice BPR. We broke the trading range right here. We excelled, we pulled back, we retested, and then we really kicked off to the races. Bitcoin has now exceeded the 886 and the 786 retracements, Fibonacci retracements, and we are now trading well and above and below those. We are now basically at a 1-to-1 full Fibonacci retracement, because while we have not yet made a new all-time high in Bitcoin's price, we are like 2% away. We are like 2% away from making a new all-time high on BTC. All right. So, okay. In general, you guys know what you're going to get here on this channel. All right. We're trend following traders. When we do get, we do have multiple algorithms running in the background that do attempt to identify tops. Excuse me. But those are all flashing right now, right? Those have been flashing for a while. Those flashed here and here. And every other algorithmic trader with you know, regardless of how advanced or simplistic their model is, any reversal style indicator is always going to be absolutely firing crazy. So, for example, this is PTP. I can throw on our regular reversal system here, and we are not yet flashing absolute terror. All right, we're not yet flashing absolute terror. All right, looking here at a reversal system. Yes, we are high. All right. Laguerre PPO is signaling that we are at an elevated level of risk. We are overbought. All right. ISISpot/Minx is also confirming that our momentum oscillator is well above our overbought territory. We've already gotten one bearish signal right now, okay, that had follow through, right? That trade was good, was valid on the weekly time frame, generated good profits. But it didn't lead to a real big bearish pullback. All right, none of that has happened. We are overbought. That's totally fine, but we have no bearish divergence. And again, we're not really flashing the extreme warning signs like we did over here. Over here in 2021, we flashed red for quite a while, but notice how many weeks we were red. All right, I'll have to zoom in here so you guys can see this a little bit better. But it was, let's see here. Yeah, we started getting those warning signals here in this consolidation around the mid to high 30,000s, around 40,000. And then price ran up, stayed in that overbought state and ran up to that $60,000 area the entire time. So what was the real good signal here looking at this indicator? When we get into these incredibly bullish, kind of topping areas, what is the signal? It's not, you can't be hyper aggressive here. It's not, because listen, everyone on my timeline, every YouTube channel out there is trying to call tops. It's an absolute waste of time. I don't need to call tops. Yeah, we'll worry about that later. The signal here was waiting to transition out of that extremely overbought into only mildly overbought. That was the actual good time to sell. Yes, we had a little bit of pullback. No, you didn't sell at the top, but we're trend following traders. We're never going to sell at the top. All right. I don't want to say never, but that's not our goal. Our goal is not to sell at the top. Our goal is to catch the meat of the trade. And if you have been if you've been following the channel, if you've been in the Discord, if you're in the member section, you guys will know that we got bullish on the regular bullish divergence all the way back here in December, January. All right. And that's when we initially transitioned our strategies to long. So life's good. We have certainly caught the meat of the trade. The price levels that we're at right now for swing traders are likely profit taking areas, unless you want to hold those open and have those be positional trades for the full length of the bull market. In that case, you have to be comfortable with sitting through 30 to 50% pullbacks, which we are going to have, right? Plan B, and I agree with him, had said that we are transitioning out of the accumulation phase of the bull market. And the accumulation phase of the bull market is established in such a way to really lull unsuspecting investors to believe that there's only going to be up only. We've also had the most bullish pre-halving rally ever, right? Now, not in terms of percentage gains, but in terms of real P&L when you factor in drawdown, right? All previous bull market or pre-halving rallies where Bitcoin rallies prior to the halving, we have certainly gone up higher than this, but we've also had extremely high periods of drawdown, 30 to 50% levels of drawdown in almost every previous cycle. And in this cycle, the worst drawdown that we've had is a 20% pullback. So it's been incredibly bullish. And the only thing I'm concerned about, the advice that I want to impart, is that now that we're transitioning into more of the bull market area, the real bull market, we're going to have bigger pumps, right? We're going to have bigger pumps and we're going to have bigger drops, right? We're going to have, big 50, 80% pumps, followed by 30 to 50% pullbacks. All right. So that is absolutely happening. So investors have not really had to sit through any pronounced periods of drawdown yet, but they're going to have to, right? Especially if they want to transition those swing trades that they've been able to hold with such luxury throughout this entire rally. If they want to transition those into positional trades, you guys are going to have to be comfortable with 30 to 50% pullbacks, right? And you're going to have to be comfortable with the positions that you're in right now. And that has been the secret to success in all previous bull markets, right? Just disabling the red button, buying every dip, and being pretty aggressive with it, right? Okay, so the reversal system is warning, but we do not have a full confirmed exit right now. And again, remember, because we are entering into such a bullish area of the market, one potentially valid strategy is not being so quick to sell when we're so extremely overbought, because being overbought is also a sign of strength. Everybody is conditioned to think that, oh, we use short when we're overbought. Yes, sometimes, most of the time. But in a very powerful trend, it is just indicative of how powerful the trend is, and you do not want to short the higher time frame trend. So, general recommendation is for swing traders to be locking in profits. Okay, we want to be locking in profits. We probably want to be at least half, if not more, out of the trade at this point in time. All right, for any positions that were entered anywhere around here. I don't care if you entered here, right? I don't care if you entered here and you're thinking to yourself, well, I didn't get that much profit because I didn't buy down here. I should just let the trade ride. I don't need to listen to Justin. I don't need to take profits. Do that at your own peril, because a pullback is going to come. A pullback is going to come. And if you entered here, it's better to grab some profits here and be able to close your full trade out in profit and then reestablish somewhere lower than to hold that trade through that 30 to 50% drawdown that you were not prepared for. So again, just general recommendation there. We want to be careful. Profit Bear, thank you for the 38 months, my friend. And Jesus is my trade of the year. Hey, man, I'm very happy for you, brother. Thank you so much for re-upping, and thank you for the continuous support, my friend. All right, we've got the one thing I do want to talk about here on the weekly time frame. All right, let's talk about True Strength Index, which has been our initiator. TSI is very good, very bullish. We're not seeing any divergence, any pullbacks on the weekly time frame. Life is good. RSI is very strongly overbought, but no signs of divergence. Again, with signals like these, we're not rushing to exit the trade, but we do want to be mindfully taking profits as price goes up. All right. Now, let's look at our BBWP, Bollinger Band with percentile by Caretaker. We are now redlined for the first weekly candle. All right. Now, this isn't closed. This is the current weekly candle. So we do want to wait. Okay. But here's the thing. We are redlined for the first time. And the last time we redlined in BTC was all the way back in 2020. And when we redlined, I just want to zoom in on this very carefully. The last time we redlined, okay, we had one more week of limited upside, right? We had another 26% to the upside. And then we had basically 4 months of consolidation, or 1 month of consolidation before the next leg up in the rally. All right. So just keep that in mind. We do not have any other, the other time we redlined was back towards the end of the rally in 2017, where we did have 2 more weeks of massive upside, followed by a swift sell-off. So again, obviously, having to sit through this 25% candle to the downside sucks. It's nice to grab that extra 25% profit. But again, the signal here and the pattern that I want you guys to notice when you're using your indicators to trade like this is that the signal was not so much selling as soon as we got redlined. It was waiting until we came out of redline and volatility started coming back down. Did you notice a pattern there? That was the exact same thing that we noticed with our reversal system, with our Laguerre PPO indicator. Oh, wait, that's PTP. We want our reversal system. That's the exact same signal that we noticed with our Laguerre PPO reversal system right here. All right. We redlined, and it wasn't that we wanted to exit the trade once we redlined. No. Don't be scared. Don't be a wuss. Come on. You got in here for profits, right? You got to hold that trade open. It was when we came out of redlining that was the reliable sell indicator. All right. That was the reliable sell indicator. All right. So very important. I don't want people to be rushing to the door to take profit, but certainly at these elevated prices, the swing traders need to be peeling off a little bit of profits right here just for your own sake. Okay. All right. Other than that, there's really not too much to say on the weekly time frame. We had an extremely strong bullish weekly close previously. The weekly system is still suggesting that we just stay long. The weekly system had us long on the closing candle of the 23rd of October. Held that through until RSI crossed under here. So we exited on the 28th of January, so catching the full meat of this trade. And then and then the weekly system had us re-enter on the closing week of the 5th of February, and we are still in this weekly position up 40%. Okay. So this is the current trade that our PTP strategy has suggested. This is the strategy that we teach everyone to make in our mentoring program. And this is also using completely free indicators. All right. This isn't even using any of our custom indicators. All right. So overall, life's good. We're redlined, take some profits, but just keep in mind that every previous time we redlined, we had more upside. Every time we redlined previously, we had more upside. All right. That's the important thing I want you guys to realize. Daily time frame. As you guys can see, we broke out of this broadening ascending wedge. Okay. Very nice. If we do take the high point, the measurements on that. Oh my God. Profit Bear with the 5 gifties, my dude. Thank you so much, man. We can get some thank yous in chat for Mr. Profit Bear gifting these memberships away, ladies and gentlemen. And one thing that you guys will want to pay attention to, and I'm going to be doing this over the next couple of weeks, guys. I'm going to be doing this over the next couple of weeks. All right. Hey, thank you so much for helping us hit that member goal too, Profit Bear. I appreciate you, man. Listen, we are streaming late in the day. All right. I know I'm such a jerk about this. We're streaming late in the day. I do have a time limit. We're only going to be able to go for an hour. We're only going to be able to go for another hour because I do have to pick my daughter up from school today because there is no bus transportation this week and next week. So it's all pickup. But tomorrow I will be streaming during the AM at our regular scheduled time, and we will extend the stream because you did, of course, just help us blast through that member goal. We used to stream at night. Yeah. And you know, that's something that might come back. Something that might come back. Not at the current moment. I've got so much on my plate. Oh, but what was I saying about the memberships? Guys, you definitely want to be a member of this of this channel. All right. Not only do you support us and help us make free content for you guys every single day, but we are going to be opening up some of our strategies and signals to YouTube members. All right. So if you have a membership, you'll be able to go in our Discord and link your Discord with your YouTube account. That'll automatically, our bot will automatically see that you're entitled to privileges and give you access to those VIP channels. Okay. All right. Let's, thank you so much, Profit Bear. Highly appreciate it, man. Thank you so much. Thank you. Smashing that member goal. And we're going to leave it like that because we have achieved the member goal. So I do owe you guys a half hour and I will pay you guys tomorrow. I absolutely promise. Gladly pay you on Tuesday for a hamburger. All right. All right. The measured move, sorry, on this ascending broadening wedge was 20%. All right. So if we measure from the breakout, we have achieved that, right? So we have hit the take profit target. If we were doing chart patterns here for the breakout on that ascending broadening wedge, just, you know, nice way to do it. So, and weekends. Yeah, man. We used to stream weekend. Well, what we streamed the afternoon, Monday through Friday, and then we streamed evening, Saturday and Sunday. And that's when the stream got really big. Unfortunately, if I wanted to pull that off nowadays, I would have to make some serious life changes. Let me tell you what. So serious life changes. Got quite comfortable, I'm not gonna lie. All right, so what do we want to talk about here on the daily time frame? All right, daily time frame. Let's get zoomed in. Life's pretty good. Again, high volume, very nice volume coming in on today's candle as well. The PTP daily strategy here had us long. Let's see here. Not here because volatility was high. We wait for the reset and then we enter here. All right. So we would have taken this trade here and then RSI crosses under here. We exit the trade and then we get the re-entry signal here. So we are still in this long position from the 26th of February. Currently up about 23%, 23.5%. Life's good. We are redlining, so we are 50% out of the trade, but we are holding the other half until RSI crosses back underneath the signal line. Just life's good. So again, for the daily swing traders, again, keep your positions open. Stay long. There's no reason to not stay long. Just, you know, we don't want to just exit out and go short or do some crazy dumb stuff like that. But you guys do need to be peeling off profits. I would be 50 to 70% out of your swing trade taken anywhere in this consolidation period or in the initiation of this breakout. All right. And honestly, even if you entered into this consolidation and bought the breakout now, I would probably still peel some profits, maybe only 20, 30% out of the trade here, but still update your stop loss to break even. Right. Or we're just getting into very, very heated territory. Right. And we can continue on. Oh, thank you, Kai. I appreciate that. Yeah. The Arbitrum airdrop was fun. And everything that we wanted there came true. All right. You know, we got the airdrop. We obviously could have sold it a little bit higher, but we sold about 60% of the height that it got. And then we bought back underneath $1. That's exactly what we said. Buy underneath $1. That took a while. I was thinking that would happen like on the day, but no, it took a couple months. Then we bought under $1 and we're still holding Arbitrum. It's one of the, it's not the biggest thing in my portfolio, but it's in the top 5. Arbitrum is in the top 5 of my portfolio holds. Thank you very much, man. Hey, yes to crypto. Good to see you, my friend. I have missed you guys as well, but we're back. We're refreshed. Last week was a bit of a nightmare. And this week we're all clear. Today I was expecting to stream in the AM, but I've been really working on these bots and just kind of lost track of time. I'm not going to lie. And Wednesday I will probably be streaming in the afternoon. Wednesday is the only day this week that I have conflicting schedule, but every other day I'll be able to stream. Life's good. Okay, daily time frame. Again, we are redlined. Not only are we redlined, we are starting to cross under. So that is a decent exit signal that we have used before. I'm going to continue holding these positions open because there's no reason not to, right? Again, just with the caveat that we should be about 50% out of the position at this point in time. Other than that, there's no daily signals. Excuse me. Wow. What? Sorry, I just saw some. Yeah, this is too much. All right, sorry. I'll get some clarity on that here in a second. All right, reversal system on the daily time frame. All right, reversal system on the daily time frame. We are trading above 2 standard deviations. Okay. Anyways, apologies for that distraction. Yeah, so we are trading above 2 standard deviations of VWAP. So risk is very high right now. All right. We are redlined. Okay, we are redlined again. Just similar to over here. Right. What was the signal? Obviously, here's a little different because we have a consolidation period. Okay, we have a consolidation period here, but the signal is not exiting the trade completely as soon as we redline. All right. Although that is a strategy that you can optimize for. But personally, I prefer being a little bit more relaxed with it and waiting for us to make that transition out of redlined and come back down a scale. All right. That's kind of the signal that, oh, okay, we were overbought. Now we're coming back down. We have confirmation that we are reversing. That allows you to catch those big punctuated movements like we're having right now. And so similarly, right, we are redlining right now. Okay. And so good area to take profit in. Redlining is telling you that, hey, you should be taking profit here. The market's hot. Okay. Don't really want to be going long here. All right. So, but waiting for that transition to come back down would be quite good. No divergence from ISIS spot here either. We do have a trade going off. What is that? ISIS ETH. Yeah. So even my lower time frame trader is, it's like my 15-minute range trader. ISIS spot is closing an Ethereum long right now. All right. And be working on that. Alt season kickoff. I listen, if Bitcoin goes sideways here, it's going to be alt season. Yes, if Bitcoin goes sideways here, it should be alt season. Has it hit all-time high in USD yet? No, it has not. Thoughts about possibly having a very mild alt season this cycle. Alts pump due to rotation at a BDC, but new money is coming through the ETF. And that's not money that is going to rotate into altcoins. And, that's a very interesting point, actually. It's a very interesting point. All right. Anyways, that's all good. It's a very interesting point. So I think you've got a good point. I think that there will be, but I do agree with you. I think that could be correct. However, just my initial thought is that I mean, yes, the amount of money that's flowing into Bitcoin via the ETF now is pretty awesome. But at the same time, there is still a lot of money on chain. You know, like it's on chain there anyways, but it's locked up, custodied. There's still a lot of money on chain. You know, so I think in fact, I think we might have one of the most powerful alt seasons we've ever had, right? Because every alt season has just gotten better and better and better. And then there's another interesting concept. If you guys will recall, something that we've even looked at too quite a bit was, no, I'm not recording because I knew I was only going to stream for an hour. Although, you know, I'm saying that and like that's not really true. Like I did tell myself like, hey, hit the record button, and then I just forgot, and then I just justified it to you. So hey, I'm a bad person. All right, you know what I mean? I just straight up slide to you like that, bro. Sorry, man. Ollie, hope you forgive me, man. I'm gonna go commit seppuku right now. No, just one piece of content today, but get it fixed. Tomorrow we'll do that. The other reason too is because we're streaming like so late in the afternoon, right? Like a market report, like if I clip the market report, that's like less timely. I prefer to do the stream in the morning, and then I can clip it and have it out in the afternoon, and then you know people can still like react to it, right? Take trades or whatever, take signals. If I'm going to ape into the BTC ETF, I might as well ape into the other things. I mean, yes, this is true, but what I think Alex's argument is the opposite of that. But I think that, yeah, I think that with you know, I mean, with all the excitement about all the altcoins that we've seen, I mean, all the narratives that have popped off, all the money, all the seed investment that's happened. No, I don't really think just based on that. Like if we looked at the BT, like that's a good argument, I think, in isolation, and could be right, could definitely have an influence. But there's still so much money on chain, dude. Like, and still so much excitement about altcoins. And just looking at all the seed investments that have been made in the last 2 years. Yeah. We better have a strong, powerful alt season, guys, or I'm gonna be eating ramen noodles. I'll tell you what, man. But yeah, I'm gonna be eating ramen noodles, man. I can't go back to the bottom. All right. Can't go back to the bottom. Never again. All right. All right. So daily's good. We don't have a signal. Take some profits. Keep the trade open. On the 4-hour time frame, what do we see? 4-hour positioning right now. Life's pretty good. We redlined here. Volatility reset here on the 4-hour time frame, and we got a 4-hour signal just 3 candles ago, right? So we do got a 4-hour long. We have a nice volatility reset, right? Confirming that we can take the next signal out of a consolidation phase. RSI crosses back above. You could be aggressive and enter here or wait for TSI, which crosses over, of course, a little bit later. So whether you're being aggressive with just RSI or whether you're being more conservative with TSI, either way, you're long here. No turning back now, man. No turning back now. All right, let's get into our LTFs. What is going on here? A second. Yeah. What is happening? Oh, it's just. Oh, okay. Sorry. I just got the water atar explosion strategy tester. Yeah. Not what we want right now. We want intraday. Oh, that's why. Wow, I feel like kind of a little bit of a goof now. All right. Well, let's just. All right, one sec, guys. Transform, reset, transform. There we go. Stick you right there. And to fit. Yep. Much easier than that. You what? Just a little stretching. Okay. There we go. Sorry about that. Okay. 15-minute here. Let's start off on the hourly, of course. and just the PTP system. All right, so again, looking at the hourly here, we were able to catch almost all of this entire rally with the PTP strategy. You see we have this long period of consolidation. Volatility resets right here, so we know that we want to take the next trade in our favor. And since we are above our baseline, we are going to be only trading to the long side. And we do get such a signal. TSI crosses over right here. Okay, TSI crosses over. At the same time, RSI is confirming the trade, so we can get nice and long here. Price goes up. We do end up taking profits here. And then we re-enter on the very next candle back into the swing, and the hourly is still long. The hourly is still long. We are redlining. Okay, we are redlining, which means chances for reversals is high here on the hourly. Chances for a pullback here, at least to 65.6 or even 64 is relatively high. All right, those would be our pullback spots. But we are still in the trade. So I would be 50% out of this trade at this point in time. And for the hourly swing, I'd be 50% out of this trade, and I'd be looking to just wait for another vol, vol reset. All-time high blue sky breakout inbound. I mean, listen. I mean, what feels more right to me? Okay, what feels more right to me, discretionarily, is not hitting the all-time high and is a pullback shy of that. But here's the thing. That's just me trying to be smarter than the market. And the market has been insanely bullish lately, right? So every time I've been like, oh, this kind of looks toppy, it blasts through it, right? So again, I'm going back to my roots. I'm going to go back to just the rules and processes that have made me profitable. And so we're just not going to call tops, right? We're just not going to do it. We'll talk about elevated risk, and we'll talk about trimming profits at those points in times. And obviously we'll be hedging with options. We're still hedging with options towards the end of March expiration. But, you know, honestly, like what has worked very well for us throughout this cycle trading, it's been not shorting at all, just going long. We can hope. That's what we're looking for, man. And here's the thing. Once we get the blue sky breakout, it gets a little scarier as a trader, because on one hand, it's extremely exciting because price has never been this high. But on the other hand, it's extremely terrifying because price has never been this high. You know what I'm saying? Like, so, and you also, like, you don't have any more resistance levels to identify, to take profits at. You know, you're just shooting blind. And that can be very scary for a lot of traders. And that's why I think in those environments, just good trend following processes, good trend following practices. So, you know, again, if you guys haven't learned the basics of trend following trading, that is a very good place to start, right? Yeah, trail stop it, whatever. Yep. ATR 3.5 trailing step is a very good, useful tool. Yes to Crypto says, I'm new to leverage. If I open up, say, a 50x long for $100 and it just keeps going up and up and up and up, does profit keep accumulating, or is there a max the exchange will allow? No, theoretically, like, your upside is infinite. If you're in a situation where you put on such a position size that the exchange is concerned that it's not going to be able to pay out, they will contact you. They will contact you and they will tell you a better way for you to make money. So yeah, that's something that I've never had to worry about. All right. But yeah, certainly, like, but here's the thing. When if you have a big bank, if you have a really big bank, you know, we're talking, you know, I mean, to have a big bank for even a small centralized exchange, I mean, you've got to have like 20 million. And your trading account, I mean, probably like $1 million, right? Close to that. Again, you could have something like 100,000 and then doing $1 million at 10x leverage or something like that. Like, the exchange will get a hold of you. All right. And they'll tell you. That's just how it works. I mean, let's say I opened $1,000 80x long 2 days ago. Asking for a friend. Like, what if I? Yeah, I mean, you will continue to accumulate profits as you go up. Life's good. Because you are, because in a perfect world, right, or the way it is supposed to work, is that the exchange is not the counterparty to your trade. right? The shorts are the counterparty to your trade. All right, there is somebody else on the other side of your trade. It's not the exchange. It could be a market maker working for the exchange, but it's not directly the exchange. It's not like the exchange is paying out profits from a pool of money that they have. They're just electronically connecting you. They're just electronically connecting the trades with their matching book engine. Yeah, what Mr. Magoo is saying is also true. I have heard of this a lot, of positions just being forcibly closed with no warning, with no reason. So that is absolutely something that that's not the first time I've heard that. It's happened to me a couple of times well, it's been a long time, guys. Honestly, it's been a long time. But it happened to me once on ByBit, but that was way back in the day. That was like 2018. And it happened to me a couple times on BitMEX. All right. Happened to me a couple times on BitMEX. Yeah, like you get paid out, right? But it's just like, like imagine that you opened up like let's say you went long like 100x here, right? And somehow didn't get stopped out here. But let's just say you entered long 100x and you caught the bottom and you're 100x long this whole time. And let's say like last night, price was right here or whatever, earlier this morning, you check and you're up like $100,000. And you're like, oh my God, I'm just going to let this run the whole bull market. And like, it was going to be $100 million. Like, yeah. And then like, one morning you'll just log on and your trade will be closed. All right. That's what we're talking about. I can't confirm or deny like, the process, the algorithm, the practice behind that. That hasn't happened to me like since 2018. So I would say that used to be I'd say that was like kind of an older style of doing things. So I hope exchanges have kind of like figured out how not to do that, especially the bigger ones. But yeah. Yeah, and you get the payout as if price was here, but you'll just, no reason for your trade to be closed, and then you'll just log on one day and the trade will be closed. So like I said, that hasn't happened in a long time, but it certainly has happened. It's not the first time I've heard it. Okay, yeah, so hourly time frame here. We are redlining, no exit. Oh, actually, we might be getting an hourly exit signal. All right. 45 minutes till confirmation, so nothing right now. But RSI is crossing underneath the signal line. And if that does happen, the hourly will be, that would be an exit signal for the hourly. All right. 15-minute intraday system here. Are we trading with some discretion? Are we? We always do this with Heikinashi. We do have some regular bearish divergence here. All right, so we do have a bear div. We do have redlined volatility, and we are trading very close to 2 standard deviations on VWAP. I would be targeting a pullback probably to this low volume node here. 65859. Yep. The real question is, will they let you withdraw? Yeah, right. Oh, your account's been temporarily suspended due to fears that you're money laundering. You have to go through a 2-year-long process. Yeah. These are all the kind of, well, listen, guys, I'm not being disrespectful, right? But the vast majority of traders will never have to worry about these kind of things because they just don't have enough money. All right. What we're talking about right now is big money problems. All right. These are big money problems for big money traders that don't really affect us mere mortals. Okay. But yeah, just be aware of these things and how they happen. But in general, like when you get to that amount of money, other avenues of making money in trading open up. All right. That aren't necessarily there if you're trying to build up an account. All right. Once you have 10, 20, $30 million, then the game changes quite significantly. The game changes quite significantly. It's just because your access to things changes quite significantly. All right. Let's go. No, this is not what we want. Sorry, guys. We want beta testing. Here we go. All right. So I wanted to go through and see how bottom feeder was doing. If you guys don't know, bottom feeder is our most popular automated strategy, our most popular indicator. We've been running it since 2019, excuse me. And it is currently up about 300% on the account that it is running, and that's taking 1% risk per trade. So obviously, most of our clients run this at anywhere between 2 and 5% risk. That's their own prerogative. So that would be up, it'd be a 9, 10x. Yeah, profits are unrealized until they're back in your self-custody wallet. We say that too, right? Futures profits are not profits until you move them over to spot. But anyways, I just wanted to highlight iExec RLC here, ticker RLCUSDT. This is the perpetual on Binance. Obviously, on ByBit, it looks the same. But we are just testing from, yeah, we got it all. Yeah, so we're just testing from towards the middle of 2021 until now. Bottom feeder's taken 83 closed trades. The strategy is up 129.57%. It's been right 73.49% of the time with a 2-to-1 profit factor. And max drawdown at 40%. Again, this is at 1% risk per trade. We could certainly optimize this for a little bit better risk. And this is also using the conservative position style strategy, right? Percent of equity. And yeah, we are at, oh no, that's a percent of equity, right? We want risk percentage. All right, sorry. It was better actually to do percent of equity then. It was better to do percent of equity. That's all right. I'm gonna keep it there. That's all well and good. So yeah, we don't have any bottom feeder signals firing right now, but let's go through the pairs and see what we got going on. Super weird. Percent of equity. All right, let's see here. See if we have any positions on the pairs. We don't run bottom feeder on all the pairs with the default settings. We find the pairs that it works really well on. Like Chainlink, for example. Chainlink doing amazingly well. It's right 83% of the time on Chainlink. And we can see here that we just got done with the leg of a trade. This is how bottom feeder works, right? We just detect when a bottom is coming in and we long it. Bottom feeder, right? That's how it works. Best run on the daily time frame, but we have a lot of clients that do end up running this on lower time frames with some customization. Doing pretty good on Matic. No active position right now. Doing very, very good on XRP, as you guys can see here. Bottom feeder's been very busy throughout this range. And yeah, bottom feeder scooped up the trades right here and exited here. So life's pretty good. Aptos, no. Polkadot, not bad, not decent. Yep, picked up the position here, exiting here. So now we're flat. Uniswap has done incredibly well. Scooping up here. And now flat. Bitcoin Cash, flat. Filecoin. Axie Infinity, not too bad. Yep, Mask is one we're running it on. If we happen to turn bearish here, would that technically be a monthly triple top? I mean, listen, I've had so many arguments in my life about like the definitions of chart patterns. So and what I've come to realize is that there is no rules. Right? You know, like one person's broadening wedge is another person's ascending triangle. Like it is what it is, right? It's just, you know, but in general, there are general guidelines, general tips, general market dynamics. The chart patterns can just help you identify and reveal, help you kind of identify, you know, what is likely to happen, how to adjust risk, what direction to trade in, what direction not to trade in, et cetera, et cetera. These are the things that having just a good fundamental knowledge of chart patterns, for example, can really help you out with. So in the case of BTC, if we're talking about a triple top, typically one would probably argue that these two tops are not market cycle related to this top. The reason why is because there's been a whole market cycle in between them. All right. So basically like the entire, what's the word I'm looking for? The entire cast of active players in the market has completely turned over, and we just have different market participants now. So the same dynamics that would, so I would view it. I mean, sure, we could call it a monthly triple top. Oh, you're saying a monthly triple top. I see what you're saying. Wow. It's like if I would just bother to actually read the questions as, yeah, I mean, still same thing, right? Still same thing. Still too much time in between. In my opinion, I think too much time. So I wouldn't call this a triple top. I think that what is key here is just understanding kind of the fundamentals of support and resistance. Now, price is likely to respond to resistance after a long period of being away from the all-time high. Usually, when things get to their all-time high, they reverse. Usually, right? And then they consolidate underneath, and then they blast up. We'll see though. We'll see. All right, Bitcoin has definitely been one for the books lately. It has definitely been one for the books. Yeah, funding is insanely high. All right. Sorry, that's not what we want. That's the breaking Bitcoin strategy. Yeah, so I was just trying to scroll through and see if we had any active positions. Conflux is another one we're running bottom feeder on. Let's see here. Okay. Tools help tremendously. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, couldn't trade with all the tools, without all the tools. All right, so let's get an idea of where price is likely to go in the midterm. Obviously, we could use our liquidation profile from Coinalyze, but as you guys know, I'm really much more partial to manually drawing it on my chart with the data that we get from CoinGlass. So let's check out where the Binance liquidations are. We are going to be hitting some liquidations at 66,847 and 66,675. So a very aggressive pullback would be if we pulled back to 847 and then continued upwards. I did not, sir. Still long F Bitcoin. And probably will be for quite a while. Yeah. Liquidations to the downside really start in earnest at 66,158, and they go down to 65,470. All right, so we'd be looking for 66,158. So 66,158. $66,158 to 65,470. Okay, that's where our liquidations are for support and overhead. I mean, 67,880. $67,880 to 68,569. Yeah, that's where our liquidations are. As you can see, we already peeled off some liquidations to the top side here. And again, there are a few liquidations here in this low volume node that we're kind of trying to clear through right now. So I think I mean, just real two possible scenarios here. If price is going to continue upwards aggressively, then this is the time to enter long because price has wicked into the liquidations. Again, I don't have them marked out on the chart here, but we had some liquidations here. We also see that this is a low volume node, all right? Typically, price wants to reverse very violently away from a high volume node or crash right through it. If price is to crash right through this high volume node or this low volume node, then we will enter into this high volume node, and I would expect to see sideways consolidation basically here at support. And then I would expect a plunge down into the liquidation zone for support to clear liquidity, where, again, this is another low volume node. This is where the liquidations are. So I would scoop up along either aggressively here, or I would scoop up along more conservatively here. But either way, our strategy is to target liquidation zones for our entries. Yeah, no problem, Mr. Magoo. Yeah, tensor charts we used to use a lot. We used to use tensor charts a lot. Yeah. Tensor charts was a good product back in the day. All right. We've got another, we can go for another 15 minutes, ladies and gentlemen. 15 minutes. So with that being said, let's do our altcoin rundown and see if we have any signals for the day. While we wait to see what BTC here does. I think that we can split screen and go let's see. Want as much data as we can fit onto the 1 minute screen here. We came down to the low volume node. We did get that 1 minute buy signal. The last time that happened, we actually dipped a little bit lower. I think that's fine. Soon we'll be setting up IsaSpot, and I'll get that running for you guys. Start your engines. Let's see what we got. Alt LTF? Yeah, Alt LTF I think is fine. But we don't really want Alt LTF. We really want Fairdesk. Yeah. Fairdesk. And we're just going to throw our PTP system on. And we will go through our alts and we'll identify what trades. Looking at Ethereum. Again, just, everything's kind of happening according to plan, guys, right? I said if we broke 3,000, we're going to go 36.37. We're at 35.69. All right. So again, suggesting a little bit more upside. The daily time frame had us long on the 25th of February. And we are still holding that trade. Volatility is pretty high and it's crossed under, so we definitely want to be peeling some profits off here. I would be 30 to 50% out of the trade, and then continuing to hold. Update your stop loss to break even. Other than that, nothing really here to say about Ethereum. Solana. So we did have volatility reset here. Yeah, we had volatility reset here. We don't take the short because we're above the baseline. And then we get the long signal right here. All right. There's a little bit of a late one. Also, vol's kind of high here. So depending on your filter settings, maybe you don't take this. Either way, we're kind of, in a trapped long right here so far. Not a lot of progress. Obviously, price continue to go up. That's fine. But yeah, Solana basically is attempting to break out and just struggling at resistance. All right. So if I were on the sidelines right now, of course, I'd hold the long position. There's nothing wrong with that. See if we break out here. If I were on the sidelines, I would probably just wait to see if we can get a nice bullish close up above out of this consolidation area, or wait for a pullback. Arbitrum. Volatility is resetting. All right, so we can probably take the next signal that we get. This consolidation has gone on for several weeks now. We are holding the 55 quite nicely. All right, nice. And we are trending upwards. So I would say as long as we can hold 154.37, all right, hold this low. All right, basically hold the 200 SMA, then life will be good. Optimism. We have a volatility reset. All right. So we can essentially take the next signal that comes out of here. Price is kind of consolidating sideways. We are consolidating at resistance. So we are looking for a nice bullish break, and we can take that trade because volatility is reset. So we are kind of primed. All right. Let's see here. SUI has basically been following contrary to the market. SUI has been definitely pulling back while Bitcoin's been leading the charge. Volatility is completely reset. All right. And so we do want to take the next trade, but things are trending downwards quite powerfully, but we're also above that 200 SMA. So we do not want to trade. We don't want to trade to the short side. We only want to trade to the long side. So nothing to do on SUI right now, ladies and gentlemen, unless you want to buy the pullback, right? Buying the pullback here is fine. It's not much of a pullback. You know, it's 28% pullback, right? So yeah, if you want to buy the 30% pullback, that's really the only, the 55 EMA pullback basically is the only thing I see here. Chain link on the daily. We had a nice vol reset, and link is suggesting that we trade to the long side. Link is suggesting that we trade to the long side. BNB looking pretty good. We do have divergences all over the place on BNB. We've got volatility divergence. We've got RSI divergence. Actually, no. We don't have RSI divergence. I apologize. We had RSI divergence here. This is just convergence. No, because this is a lower high. So yeah, we've got some TSI divergence. We've got some volatility divergence. No RSI divergence, but we are underneath. So BNB, it was suggested to close the long position here. We opened up that long position, or would have opened it up right here on the 9th of February and hold that trade all the way through. It's suggesting we close now. Matic, volatility reset right here. Getting into the long trade right around that same time. Once we close above the 55, life's good. Take that all the way up. Close the trade here on this dump candle. Get back in. Close here. And back in the trade on this pump candle. All right. So PTP is suggesting to be long on Matic. ApeCoin, we are redlining, so we do want to be peeling some profits off as we redline. But again, we were able to break above the 200 SMA here. So we take the long trade, and actually that's a loss. And then we get back in. Ape wants us to get back in here. And then on the very next candle, which is a 7.6% candle, we redline. So I would be 20 to 50% out of this trade, but I would still continue to hold the long. XRP, very similar to ApeCoin right here, came up to the 200 SMA, pulled back, and then was able to break through. And it was on that candle where we could have taken a trade right here. So we would be up about 12% on that position right now. We are redlining. So again, I'd be 20 to 50% out of the trade and continue to hold long. Aptos. Very similar to kind of everything else that we were looking at here, except for the 200 SMA shenanigans. Right here, long position. We are redlined right now, so I'd be 20 to 50% out of the trade, and I would continue to hold long on Aptos. Cardano, same thing. I'd be 20 to 50% out of the trade, continue to hold long. Yes to crypto with the 777, man. You feeling lucky? Let's roll those dice, dude. Now, thank you for the super chat, man. Thank you so much for the generous contribution. Degen Weth, please. Yeah, let's go check it out. Whoop. Let's get this Degen on the base chain. Base chain. You know that be what I said. I said Degen on the base chain. Base chain. All right, what do we get here? Obviously, okay. Oh my God. Do you remember? Bro, do you remember the fair value gap I drew way back when? Do you remember? Oh, man. Oh, man, that's beautiful. That's nice. Nice one. How do we get a full screen chart? There we go. Oh, come on. There we go. All right, that looks pretty good. Yeah, so I had identified this fair value gap way back when, using VPVR, I believe. They call it VPVR, huh? Yeah, volume profile, fixed range, visible range. There we go. Yeah, so I identified that fair value gap way back when. There it is. Didn't hear it there for a second. You know what? We do have the chat box working, but Yeah. Oh, okay. I got to change that. Shut down source when not visible. There we go. That I had to fix. Yeah, and that's exactly what Price did. Price, made this nice run up, came back down, filled the fair value gap. And then we went up to the point of control, blasted through it, and pulled back to retest. So this is our trading range right now, basically. The most significant level of resistance we have now is not 3. Not 3 is our current level of resistance. Let's go ahead and update our chart. We'll bring our resistance level down here. And we can get rid of this. And I think we can safely say here. Okay, so basically we have... I sure didn't, man. I sure didn't. Not your guy for butterflies, Gartleys, pendants, all that kind of stuff, harmonic patterns. All right, so let's talk about this. Price has now formed a nice trading range based on our liquidity profile. All right, based on where liquidity has been transacted in the DGen market. All right, Price had a beautiful run up, right? Achieved a high of not 61. What was our high? Achieved a high of not 6177. Okay, beautiful run up, beautiful profits. Hope everybody made it. Yes, crypto. I hope you cashed out. I mean, something. Cashed out something. All right, Price is now pulled back all the way to the fair value gap. We have filled that fair value gap. This is basically like the line in the sand, because underneath here you have all early investors, okay? And basically at the fair value gap, you have what I would speculate to be like the average cost basis of most of the investors here, all right? Most people got in on this day. This is when Price surged, and you had all the speculators come. So the speculators have had their position tested, but it was defended. All right, speculators have defended their position. Early investors have not had to worry about their positions whatsoever. They're sitting so pretty. Vogue is calling. All right. So this is all pretty good. I mean, I really do like this. I really do like this kick up that we had almost all the way back up to the top of the trading range. But you can see how all this liquidity is now kind of focused and centralized right here in this very wide trading range. Okay. Now, it hurts me to say this, but most of the time when I see a pattern like this, what's going to happen next is this. All right. We're going to come back down to the fair value gap. We're going to come up. We're going to make a lower high. We're going to go down to the fair value gap. We're going to come up. We're going to make a lower high. We're going to come down to the fair value gap. We're going to come up. We're going to make a lower high. And then we'll kind of come down and consolidate here for a while and eventually break through. All right. And then it's usually like 2 years of sideways down. And then maybe in the next cycle, we get a kick up back up here into the trading range. But usually never this. All right. That's most of the time. All right. We are in a bull market. This is a newer coin. This is its cycle. So what might happen this time could be quite different. All right. That would be my base case. All right. That would be my base case for DGen, and not just DGen, but like literally any altcoin that exhibits a similar pattern. I've seen it happen literally hundreds of times. All right. Literally. All right. He says that big green candle at the start of the FEG was $1 million from one comp, and it's locked up for 2 years. Beautiful. Beautiful, man. Beautiful. So this is a very important level to defend. This 0006, let's call it 0006, the top of this range. 0007, actually. Very important support to defend. All right. Doesn't mean we can't get deviations below, but again, just classic trading style, the way we would approach this and think about this. All right. So I think that the majority of trading is going to be concentrated in here. So I would focus your attempts and efforts on, obviously we can't short DGen, but I just focus on buying low and selling at point of control and higher if possible. All right. Always be scaling out as we get close to the point of control, and then make sure you're scaling out as you get to 0003 for the swing trades. Keep a moon bag, right? The way I would do it is I would basically say I would, be making trades, right? I would be buying every time we get down here, and I would be anticipating lower highs. So I would be looking to peel off completely, almost completely at the point of control, but I would take like 90% profit, sell like 90 to 95% of the position. And then that 5% goes into your long-term bag. All right. And then just wait for price to come back down. I would repeat the process, slightly lower high, keep 5 to 10% of the position for your long-term hold, and just repeat that process, right? That way, if we ever do then go up here and break out, obviously you can break out position into, you can buy the breakout. That's totally fine. It's scarier because you're not buying low. There's less room for error. But that's the way I would handle this. Had some huge sells come in here right now. So unclear if the market is going to push back up and attempt to sweep for liquidity to the upside. Not real incentive necessarily for them to do that unless we are going to immediately enter into the next leg. Which is why if we do, you always want to have that bit of a moon bag. So definitely hold on to some of what you have. For this trade, this looks pretty good to me. Again, I would expect to see most trading be concentrated within this range between not 3 and not 1.5 until further notice, right? Anything below not 1.5 becomes a buying opportunity. And anything above not 3 is a serious change of character and potentially new high. By the way, I don't need you to pump the coin, bro. Like, stop talking about it so good, man. Stop. Like, it's okay. We don't need people to buy it. No, I'm really happy, dude. I'm glad. Yeah. So I would just be targeting for buybacks. If you wanted to be a bit aggressive, you could target close to 0.015. But I think with a coin like this, I think we can definitely be a little bit more aggressive and buy down here, right? Below 0.015 is where we want to be buying because that's outside of the liquidity range. So anything down here is a steal. Anything above here is expensive for the time being. So awesome, man. Thank you for the support, my brother. All right. Last check in on BTC. Yep, we are pulling back. We haven't broken through that low volume node yet. Okay. It's fine. Up. And we've run into a bit of a struggle at today's point of control. So price is currently consolidating at today's point of control. It is getting towards the afternoon. So potentially the rally for today is over. And maybe we can see that rally continue. Pullbacks today, if we are unable to hold 66722, right? So basically like where we are at, definitely going to see price down at 65,824. So go ahead and you could get an aggressive long right now. But you don't, again, either DCA in, but yeah, buying opportunity at around 667, 668, right? Basically right where we're at to be very aggressive. But again, it's getting later in the day, so the viability of that is decreased. But if we're unable to hold here and push up, then the next place we're going to see price is coming down here to grab liquidity at 65.8, 65.8. And basically that liquidity starts at 66.18 and goes down to 65.5, 65. So about $500 range that we'll be seeing price trade in. I'd be more comfortable buying there because we got a lot of liquidations there. Stiff resistance does start at 67,957 and reaches up to 68,539. So there's the areas we need to clear 68,539 for a breakout to the upside. Gotta get them grit frying opportunities, man. Yeah. And listen, by the way, guys, Tyler, just because I see you in there, man. And just to kind of everybody, I am really behind on my messages on my DMs. Like my DMs are so thick right now, and all of you guys are important. Like all of you guys are important. So this is pretty common with me, right? Where I got a lot going on right now, like a lot, and also I try to balance being a content creator with being a trader. Like so, like the market's really hot right now, guys, and I'm making a lot of money, and like I of course want to like fulfill my promises to you guys and be here for the stream and everything, but like guys, like crushing it right now, and that kind of takes some time and attention. So again, apologies, all of you guys are important. Obviously not all of you are DMing me, but the ones who are, like like Tyler and stuff, like you guys are all important, and I'm very, very sorry that I got a lot going on right now. All right, so just be patient with me, and I'll get back to everybody and get everything working, man. All right, cool. That's all I've got for you guys. Thank you guys so much for joining me for another live crypto trading room. You guys have been absolutely fantastic. I cannot express how much I appreciate your support. You guys are the reason I keep coming back every day to do this live stream for you. If you want to support what we do, if you want to support the channel, there's no better way than becoming a member. That does help us out on a monthly basis and incentivizes us and helps us and supports us to create this free content for you guys. Over the next couple of weeks, I am going to begin the first steps of unlocking all the perks for our channel members as well in our Discord. So definitely check that out and become a member if you haven't. If you want to support us, but you can't afford to do so, that's totally fine. Just hit the like button, guys. It's the only way the YouTube algorithm notices us, and it's what gets our videos out there. All right. Always appreciated. Subscribe if you guys haven't already. Join our Discord for anything you could possibly need. You can copy trade me. Links are in the description. And if you're interested in working directly with me and my team in 2024 to not only grow and protect your wealth in the cryptocurrency markets, but also to begin going down the path of becoming a full-time professional trader, that is what we do. That is what we do at Kraken Cryptocurrency. Check out the link in the description or visit our website at krakencryptocurrency.com. You guys have been amazing. Remember to trade safely. Emotional discipline and risk management pay the bills. And I'll see you guys tomorrow morning. Cheers.